The next step is layering the ribbon. So there are a few steps that I have included with layering the ribbon. So you have different ribbon loop styles. You can use single ribbon, you can use double ribbon. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a mixture. So I'm going to use this ribbon, a single layer, and then I'm going to decide whether or not I am going to use these two together as a double ribbon, right? So that looks really good because again, my highlight will not be the ribbon today. My highlight will be my ornaments, which are my cookies. Or I don't know if I'm gonna use this one. So I used this one in a different tree and the whole theme of that tree was cocoa and cookies. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna use this either. So we're gonna decide together as I go through and see which one that I want to use and which one I think will like pop, make the tree pop, okay? So let's start with layering the ribbon. And as I mentioned, we have different loop styles. We have the classic loop, we have the figure 8 cascade. So both of those are cascading loops. And then we'll have the bow clusters. And then lastly, the tails and the finishes on the ribbon. So we have the fishtail cut, we have the angle cut, and then the dovetail tuck. So I'll show you what that looks like. I probably will not use the angle cut. I don't usually use that in my trees, but all it is just a cut of the ribbon and it's angled up. So but I'm going to use the fishtail and the dovetail. That's what I usually use in my trees. Okay, so let's get started with that. I don't mind my ribbon dropping to the floor because I use that when I start. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a fishtail cut. So I'm folding the ribbon in half. So I'm folding in half. Find the side that is the front side of the ribbon. This is the back side. You can see because you can see that it's got a little bit of a fading color. But so I know this is the front side. So I'm going to fold it in. Okay. Then I'm going to take my scissors and I am going to cut upward to get that fishtail. Okay. All right. So as I said, I'm gonna use a single ribbon. So I am going to make, I'm gonna refer back to my book. So I am going to make a figure 8 cascading loop. All right. But I'm gonna have a tail on the end as well. So I'm gonna start here, depending on how big I want my loop to be. So I want it to be kind of big. So I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna pinch inside the ribbon, or pinch the ribbon together, okay? So then I'm gonna turn it, I'm gonna face the good side forward, right? And then now I'm gonna pinch again. But first I wanna just double check the sizes of my loops to make sure they're even. So this one is not quite even, so I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. And this is how I check. Use my thumb so you can see those are even. So then I'm gonna pinch, okay? So this is my figure 8. And I always leave like a little tail on the end. You can make it long, you can make it short, but that is what I do to get my figure 8. I wanna turn my ribbon back to the front. So when I put it on the tree, the ribbon is facing the front. So let's go ahead and apply the figure 8 to the tree. So because I have like a spot right here, this is where I'm going to put the ribbon, okay? So you take your ribbon and there's a branch. Make sure you got all of the areas that you pinched together. I'm going to wrap the branch around the ribbon. Okay, so that kind of starts it out. Then I want to fluff out the ribbon. Okay, so that kind of starts it out. All right. Now, I'm going to make a cascading, I have the ribbon cascading down. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have like bellow out. And then I'm coming down maybe 2 branches, right? And so I'm gonna take the branch and just, can you see that? I hope you can see that. Take the branch and then I'm wrapping the branch around the ribbon. Okay? That brings it in. All right. Then I'm gonna come across, I'm gonna make 1 more. Coming down about 2 branches, okay? Tuck it and wrap it. When I say tuck it in the tree, I mean tuck the ribbon in the tree and wrap the branch around. So I'm only gonna do 2 cascading loops. And so right now I'm gonna take this here and I'm gonna cut it. And then I'm gonna make another fishtail. Okay? Let that fall to the floor. All right, so that's one placement of the ribbon. So the next time, or next placement of the ribbon, I'm going to, because I have it cascading here, I'm kind of going to go into an angle. So I'm going to bring that like kind of right here to the side. So I'm going here, and then I'm going to go down to the other side, okay? Same process. I like doing fishtails. Check out my loop size. This ribbon is hard to tell front and back. That's okay. And remember, we're gonna put in some more accent ribbon as well. Okay. So I'm gonna come down at an angle. So I'm gonna put this one about here. And I made these loops a little big. Because I do want a lot of the brown on this tree. Okay? So instead of going in that direction, see this, I'm gonna go back in this direction, okay? Move my, I'm gonna bellow it out. Come down maybe 2 branches. Come down maybe 2 branches here. Okay. I did 2 loops on this one. Now I'm gonna cut. All right. So we started the loop here. We started the loop here. So now I'm gonna come down on this side. Make sure I got enough ribbon. And I'm gonna come like at an angle. So I'm down here now, okay? if I got enough ribbon. I think I do. So instead of doing like the figure, it's not really a figure 8, it's like a figure 4, but it looks like the 8, you know what I mean? So instead of doing that, I'm actually going to do what I call a classic loop, just like a single loop. I'm going to do that single loop. So I did the fishtail, single loop, tuck it in, put it right here, coming down at an angle and bring it a little lower. Make this a little smaller loop. I'm checking the loop sizes. Make this a little hair smaller. I skipped. Let me bring this up just a hair. Actually, I'm going to leave it because this is going to kind of connect that. All right. And so I'm going to take this, go this way. Sometimes I use my branches to keep my ribbon in place too. So I'm going to go out to the side. I'm on this branch, so I'm going to come down maybe one branch, tuck it, wrap the branch around, and this is the kind of end of my ribbon on this one. And I am going to fishtail again. I'm hoping you can see what I've done below. All right. This was what I call a classic loop cascade. Classic loop cascade. I have to go back to my book just to make sure you use the right terminology. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to continue with the same ribbon, and I'm going to start working on this side. So notice there is like a figure 8 here. So I'm actually going to do, because I'm going down at an angle, as you can see. So I'm going to do a figure 8 about right here, okay, of this same ribbon, and have it bellow down this way, okay? want to put my little bow here in the front. So down here, see right here, I'm coming at this angle. So it's going to come out right here, angle it down. That's going to be what I am calling, what did I call that? Where's my book? I'm actually going to do what I call a bow cluster, but I'm actually going to use like one layer because I want to be able to put something down there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do about right here. It's what I call a bow cluster, but I'm actually going to use just a single ribbon. So what I'm going to do is however big I want it, step back. I want to cut it. But I'm using a single ribbon. You can use 2, 3 layers of ribbon, okay? I'm going to put the fishtails on both ends. So all it is that you find the center, right? Find the center, and I'm actually going to just take a branch and wrap it around. All right, and then what I like to do is just kind of like bend the ribbon. All right, so I have it coming down. Do I have it at the right angle? Yes, so I'm using this as my anchor coming down here, okay? All right, so coming from the side, I still have like space here. So what I'm gonna do, coming using this angle, I'm gonna put a bow about right here. I'm gonna do a single loop bow. So that is my first layer of ribbon. What do you think? So far so good? Are we giving the browns and pulling the browns out? Yes, okay. Remember I told you I wanted to like have some accent ribbon, so I think I'm gonna use these two. Because like I said, I want it to be more brown. So I'm gonna use these two together. And then I'm gonna fill in like some of the spots with this accent ribbon. I'm gonna loop it over some of this as well. So we'll get into the accent ribbon. So we've got the ribbon layered, and we'll keep fixing on it as we add more to the tree. But as you can see, I kind of did like an angular movement with the ribbon. And again, layers are important. So we're on our third layer, and that is the ribbon. We use the classic loop. We use the figure 8 classic loop. Where is that classic loop? Over here. With the single, we use the figure 8 here, here, and here. And we use the bow cluster right here, okay? The different tails, so this is a fish tail, and I call it a dovetail, but where did that go? These are kind of like dovetails because they tucked in, but I used one somewhere. I don't know where I used it. Because I don't use it that much in my trees, okay? There we go. Next step. Step 4, go to the next page. We're gonna do our florals.